15 prepping and survival items that are free. The reason I'm making this video is because a common complaint nowadays is that everything is too expensive. So there are lots of people who are not prepping as much as they should be. One comment I got was that if I bought all the items you told me, I'd be broke by now. Now, just to respond to that, you don't have to buy every single thing that I tell you. Just buy what you think is important for your situation. Buy what you can afford and what you think you'll need. But anyway, for those reasons, today I'm going to go over a bunch of items that are free to stockpile. First is empty pop cans. You can turn them into an alcohol stove. The shiny side at the bottom can be used for signaling, and you can use them to store small items. You can make a simple cooking oil candle with it as well. Empty canned food tins. They can be used as a drinking cup, but they can also be used to boil water and cook certain foods. You can also use them as a small organization container for small things like nails, screws, and matches. Dryer lint can be used as tinder to start a fire. Plastic bags can be used to keep different items in your survival kit or bug out bag dry, and you can also use a plastic bag to collect rainwater in an emergency. You can also use plastic bags when you're going out to collect things like wild edibles. Plastic utensils from restaurants are really useful in an emergency because you don't want to waste your precious water on washing utensils. Ketchup and vinegar packs from fast food places. You get those for free, so just keep some for emergencies. 5-gallon buckets. A lot of restaurants just throw them out, so if you can get some, you can use them to store food. You can also use them to store large amounts of water. They're also good as planters for growing your plants and vegetables. In general, you can use them to store all kinds of barter supplies and gear. If they came with the lid, you can put some emergency supplies there and create an emergency supply stash. You can take that supply stash, bury it somewhere, and then get access to it when you need to during an emergency. Old clothing. Rather than throwing it out, save it, cut it up, and use it as a cleaning rag. You can also use it to insulate shelters or bedding. Strips of fabric can be twisted and used as rope as well. You can also turn them into makeshift bandages during an emergency. Lots of warehouses throw out wooden pallets, so they can be used as firewood, and they can also be used for shelter building. You can use it to build raised beds for gardening. You can repurpose the wood and turn it into a table or a chair for a campsite or a bug out location. Cardboard can be used as a fire starter, but it can also be used as insulation for your sleeping mats or your shelters. Glass jars can be turned into makeshift lanterns, but they can also be good for storing food, water, and other small items. Newspapers can be used for starting fires and also to insulate clothing and shelters. Egg cartons can be used as a seed starting tray. You can use them to organize small items like nails, beads, seeds, and other stuff like that. Wine corks can be used as a fishing bobber, and you can also soak them in alcohol and use as a fire starter. Rubber bands can be used for bundling up items and organizing them in your survival kit. So you can bundle up things like lighters, matches, bandage gauze, and glow sticks. You can rubber band a tourniquet to the stock of your weapon or to your belt for quick access. Tap water is basically free. If you don't want to store it for drinking, just fill up some buckets and then use that water for cleaning later on during an emergency. I know if I have a bunch of tap water during an emergency, I'm not going to worry about all the chemicals and all that other stuff. I'm just going to be happy to drink it. Another idea is that if you go through a lot of plastic water bottles, don't throw them out after you're done drinking. Fill them up with tap water and store them with your prepper foods. Again, if you don't want to drink it, just use it for general cleaning. Last is all of my prepping guides. I made a bunch of prepping guides. They're completely free. Just go to my profile, click on beacons, and scroll all the way down. You'll see them there. If you can't find them, just send me an email. My email's pretty much everywhere in my descriptions and on my profiles. Once you have my guides, I encourage you to share them with your friends who are into prepping, or even post it on your social media. Just make sure it gets out there to other people so they can learn as well. I also encourage you to print them out so you can look at them later even if the power is out. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. The best way to support the channel is to like, share, and subscribe.